Welcome to a very serious bird's eye view. As of yesterday, the things that transpired. They tried to kill former president and future president Donald Trump. Luckily, that by the grace of God is he missed and he was only clipped and he's just fine. But we're gonna have to talk about this because this kind of thing should have never even been close to happening. We haven't had a wounded president for 43 years, when President Reagan was almost assassinated. And luckily, President Reagan was shot and made it to the hospital, and he recovered and was fine. This time, we were a mere inch away from losing Donald Trump and upsetting this nation's democratic process, and because this would have been complete and utter turmoil if Donald Trump had passed away from this. I mean, I don't think people really understand the seriousness of how detrimental that would have been to have one of the two people that are in just a few months are going to be voted on to be president to have died from assassination. It would have been utter disaster. Now, we got to talk about this, because how in the hell did this even happen? And this is a complete and utter failure of the Secret Service. A complete and utter failure. And the top 5 people in the Secret Service need to not have jobs anymore. Completely done. Removed. No more job. Nothing. Completely fired, because this was an utter failure. This should have never happened. A inexperienced person could have done better planning this protection than what the Secret Service did. This is absolute and utter nonsense. And let's just take a look at this real quick. Here's the diagram of the layout. This is where Trump was staged. This is where the gunman's body was located. They say that's roughly 148 yards. And for those of you that can't quite figure out how far that is a football field and a half. That might sound like a long range, but that is not. That is not even remotely a long range shot. We're talking 444 feet, or if you were in the military, it's 135 meters. Now, let me explain something to you. Every single person that goes to the military just can hit a 300-meter target. That's just the nature of it. When I was in basic training, we went to the range, and the 300-meter target pops up, you plink it down, it pops up again, you plink it down. It's just part of the process of learning how to shoot. Your rifle is sighted in for 300 meters. That is an easy, right on the target shot with iron sights to make that even. We're not talking a scope. We're not talking anything else. We're talking straight iron sights. 300 meters is an easy shot. Easy shot. 135 meters? That's ridiculous. The fact that he missed, it's just, and here's the other part of it, is now what they're saying is he turned his head and was clipped in the ear. If he had been facing this way, we might be having a very different discussion here. But an inexperienced shooter aimed for a target and missed, thank God, and clipped Trump's ear. One other person was killed, and that was a firefighter, 50-year-old Corey Comparador. I butchered that name. But my heart goes out to him. He was protecting his wife and two daughters when he heard the gunshots, and unfortunately, he didn't make it. David Dutch, 57, is still in the hospital, and James Copenhagen, 74, is still in the hospital. They are in serious condition, but stable. I heard that they were going to live, but this is a complete travesty and tragedy. And let's just, how? Let's put this in perspective. How was there even the possibility of roof access in a 500-meter radius of a president or former president or soon-to-be president? Because that makes zero sense to me. You let somebody within 500 meters of a target of that stature. Now, from what I have been reading and what I've been told is they had 4 counter sniper teams, but those weren't Secret Service teams. Those were police. And luckily, the police were able to neutralize the target before one person lost their life. Or, after one person lost their life, but before many other people did. But I still go back to the utter failure of the Secret Service. I'm pretty sure the police don't have a say where their counter sniper teams go. I'm pretty certain that the forward team for the Secret Service does a complete placement of all the assets. Why this building had roof access doesn't make any sense. The second part of this is, how did the police or Secret Service not see this person? Because there was people in the rally pointing at the gunman. Pointing at the gunman saying, hey, that guy's got a gun. And he was still able to get set up and to get shots off. I don't grasp this. This is an utter failure of the Secret Service. Complete and utter failure. The second people I'm going to blame is the Biden administration. And people say, why? I'm not saying that Biden set this up or Biden paid somebody, this kid. I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm saying is Biden's rhetoric of saying Trump is a fundamental detriment to our democratic process or our nation is inflammatory. And it was inflammatory enough for this 20-year-old kid, which I will never name because I don't think anybody that does these kind of shootings should have their name in the news. I think it should be completely anonymous. We should never, ever hear their name, and they should go down as anonymous and never be reported at their name. Everybody can hear, but it should never be in the news. It should never be in print because it just makes these people infamous. Not famous, but infamous. And whether that's why they do it or not, they should just go down and nobody should ever know. So I'm not going to repeat that name. I won't. But the Secret Service was to blame. The Biden administration, inflammatory language toward Trump about him being the greatest threat to democracy is the second people I blame for this. Now, I hope Congress investigates the Secret Service to find out where the failures were at and to either prosecute or minimally remove them from their positions. And I'm not talking demote them. I'm talking to terminate them from the Secret Service because this should have never happened. My 8-year-old daughter could have set up a better protection grid than this. And that's ridiculous. I just can't stress how ridiculous this is. Now, luckily, this person was an inexperienced shooter and failed at a easy shot. And to where our democratic process gets to stand up and show what it's all about. Now, thirdly, Do you think if this had happened to Biden, that Biden would have held up his fist and been like, we're going to fight on? That he would have showed the same determination and toughness that what we're seeing from this picture right here in and soon to be President Donald Trump. Because this is where our nation is right now. They have pushed so far that for 43 years, we have never had this kind of violence toward a former or sitting president, but they have pushed so far that we have a 20-year-old kid who's never been in trouble, never had a ticket, never been arrested, did good in school, thinks Trump is some kind of democracy killer and has pushed him to take a AR style rifle and to try to end his life. So I say, I hope this pushes more people toward Trump and Trump wins by a landslide, because we need a major correction in this country right now, because this is just ridiculous. I can't believe somebody took a shot at a former president or soon to be president. That just blows me away. But the Secret Service needs to be done. They need a complete revamp. Biden needs to their whole thing needs to rethink what they're saying, because this can't happen again. This is ridiculous. And with that, we're going to go ahead and listen to what Tom McDonald had to say, and we're going to react to this particular video that he has here. As soon as I find the particular
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think
that what he said right there, that okay, I gotta hear that one line all over again.
They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president.
They don't want an election. They got so offended, they just tried to kill the president. Facts. Facts.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant, thought we were equals.
Oh man, people all over Twitter. I haven't even been on Twitter, thank God, but people all over Twitter are mad because the president is dead. Damn.
Thought you valued how everyone feels, then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed. Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them, he don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a
Oh, damn. You wanna, oh man, get the guy that's fighting for America. What did he say? Something about Kennedy? Oh,
The
damn.
energy, y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy?
You want to kill the guy fighting for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy.
To give y'all a chance, like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, cause y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Wanna protest, go hard. Wanna burn flags, go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
Damn. Tom McDonald spitting facts once again. Bitch, you missed. Now, okay, man, that video, that song says it all, right? Like, they're so progressive, they're so crazy. Now they're pulling triggers at presidents. They won't like the guy that's fighting for this country, so they tried to Kennedy him. Man, you gotta go listen to that song on your own, break it down, stop it a few times. That song is serious. This whole thing is serious. And the fact that we have a 20-year-old man, never been in trouble, taking shots and dying because the left says he's a existential threat to democracy. That's just pathetic, and that has to stop. No more of this. It's got to stop. Trump 2024, let's go.